A very good morning to you all once again. I take this opportunity to welcome you all for the session on mind control habits. Our mind is really powerful, yet we can control it by using mind control unit techniques. Is it possible for an individual to do so? Train your mind to respond in a manner that we desire. To answer all these questions, we have with us the resource person, Professor Babu Rajendra Prasad, sir, Assistant Professor, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, VVCE, Mysore. On behalf of VVCE Mysuru, I extend my hearty welcome to you, sir. Now I request Babu Rajendra Prasad, sir, to take over the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. So, good morning, one and all present here. The most questioning, sorry, mind control habits. The mind, the most important one in the life of everybody. Today, we are gathered in this online platform to understand, is it an habit? Is it individual based? Or it is a common thumb rule to follow? Let us begin our journey in understanding what is mind, how can it be controlled, is there any habit to develop. So, what is mind? We notice the effect of mind, but the real thing need to notice is the cause. From where it is and why it is. But we observe how it is happening. That is the effect. In order to understand the cause, it's very important to know the mind. It is an auto-generated thought or a processed thoughts. Auto-generated, the time-based, need-based, processed thoughts, the planned one. Coming to the mind control. Is it possible to control the mind? If yes, what are your practices? Maybe individual have their own practices to control. They might have succeeded or they may not. Why they are not? Let us discuss in the next slides. The next one is how to control by using mind engineering principles. So what is the need of mind engineering principles? The idea of this mind engineering is the earlier one, the Rishi Munis, they gave the knowledge, that is jnana. Later, the people introduced the science, vijnana. But in future, the young minds should know how to use both for the creative purpose, the jnana and vijnana for a particular creative purpose, that is sujnana. With this Sugnan Bharat mission, I started mind engineering principles. It helped so many people to take control of the mind for a particular need. Let us continue the journey. The mind control habits. It is a tool to control by what? By behavior. Any behavior will become an attitude if we practice 21 days. Either it is an habit also. That's why all traditional practices they meant for 21 days. Or the person who is having a self-satisfaction is solely satisfied, then he can also or she can also control the mind. If these two are not there, the mind is out of control. So let us think, what are the types of minds we have? We have autogenic mind, creative mind, meditative mind, healing mind, visualizing mind, bioenergetic mind, managerial mind, entrepreneurial mind. The autogenic mind, the person, once he sleep, the body completely relax, provided his autogenic mind is working proper. Otherwise, he will get restless sleep. Most of the people, as we observed in this modern era, people find restless. Why? Because their autogenic mind is not properly programmed. That means until unless this mind command over the body to relax, body can't relax. It will continue its journey of working. Similarly, there are creative mind, meditative mind, healing mind. The medicine which we take, which may control the prolong of the disease, but it cannot heal. The body itself heal it. So, how to activate this healing mind? Visualizing mind, the future is in the imagination. If a person properly visualize, he can set his destiny exactly. Bioenergetic mind, this is an energy principles of person to person. Longer hours we stand before our students to teach. We never get tired. Why? Because there is an energy exchange from the young body to us. If we single and we talk to the furnitures, the empty class, within 10 minutes we train up. So bioenergetic mind. This is a secret how to activate it or how to program it. Managerial mind, very, very important to succeed in life. What to manage the time, money, relationship, so many things. Entrepreneurial mind. This is the ultimate, the goal of a person to make something in his life career. So, how to become a successful entrepreneur? Life is also a type of entrepreneurial activity nowadays. We must know how to active all these things. Such the mind concepts. We continue with a present audience. Today's program is our students. Let us concentrate on students. This is an statistics derived from a research paper. The people did a research in southern India. They understood what are the 10 top problems of the students in percentage. That is the first one, insomnia. So that comes around 36.11%, 11%. Insomnia, the sleep disorder. People wake up at the time of sleep. The people sleep at the time body wants to be in action. Why it happens? The problem is the mind, autogenic mind is not programmed. Feeling of loss. Sometime all of a sudden people feel something they lost. What they lost, they can't express. Feeling of loss. Inferior feeling, feeling the other superiority, forgetting our strength, inferior feelings, lack of self confidence. This is one more keyword, self confidence. Confidence itself is a huge one. Self confidence, it is bigger than that. So, how to boost this self confidence? Lack of self confidence is 28.99. Ill treatment and harassment by the teacher. This happened from the lower level of the education. If something happened at the primary or the high school or PU level, that problem carried away from the students to the PG. So the problem lies from LKG to the PG level. So unknown fear in the mind. This is unexpressed. People may not know what is that fear, but they suffer a lot. Hurt in the inner self. This is a self punishment. They themselves hurt. Bleak future means seeing something blur ahead, somewhere, sometime. So future is not clear. Harassment by classmates and other students. It was there earlier, but nowadays the percentage is less. Disturbing thoughts. The most of the time we get the phone call from the students community how to avoid the disturbing thoughts. Shashank, am I My voice is okay? Shall I continue?
Yes, sir. No problem. You can
Yeah.
continue.
Thank you. So, what are the major problems of a particular college students? By the survey, the friends, the first stands by friends, that is 22.75%. They are influenced by the friends. The second one is economic related issues. 21.65% their economic background or what they commit themselves. Family problems also matters here, and love affairs. This is the most tragedy in India. The people getting into the plunged into this ocean, they may not come out of it because by 13 to 19, if any person, an young mind, can't able to protect the mind strings, then it reverberate or vibrate up to the 99 years. They can't be happy whatever they do. By self-analysis, what are the present problems among student folklore? The lack of interest in studies. Why they lose interest? Because maximum screen time. If the screen time is more, mind cannot be controlled because one screen address all the mind faculties. There are so many minds you observe, all the minds are addressed by one screen. But in a textbook, the one page cannot address all the minds. Okay, this is a problem. If person addicted to the screen time more, than lack of interest in studies. Study is different, reading is different. So knowing is knowing, knowing is not doing, only doing is doing. So people will see what you do more than what you know. To do that, most of the time practice is needed. So practice makes man perfect, the slogan, but we say only perfect practice makes man perfect. So to come to that level, you have to practice rather than more addicted to screen time. Failure consciousness, that means no taste of true success. These people always be in a failure consciousness because they never tasted the true success. The true success is there in having a one glass of coffee, one glass of water, also a success. If they know how to store those thoughts correctly, then consciousness of failure will not come into picture. EQ imbalance. This is very important. We can notice among the student folklore that if they react to our statement, then immediately we come to know EQ is not balanced. But if they accept, later they respond, then EQ is self-balanced or traditionally balanced. The knowledge explosion. People are getting lot of information. That after free internet, people are surfing on the net. They believe the Google is a guru, but Google can give a data, but may not be the truth. So truth to be experimented with your available gurus. Next, driven by money and material. Most of the people, they want the white collar jobs. They want to earn more than five figures of the salary. But the question is, are they meant for it? The self-analysis is very, very important. Out of their strength, if a person task given is more than their skill, then he become panic. If the task is lower than his or her skill, then he will become lethargic, may not into a proper speed. So very important, we understood the present generation, it is driven by the money and material maximum. Surface learning, Xerox shop the day before the exam. So the student want to collect the knowledge source materials day before the exam. So within a day, how they are able to cope up with the syllabus, study topic, and digestion, I mean memorization, and later to present the same in the next day. It is totally difficult. That becomes a surface learning. They can't retain the same for a longer time. If they can't remember longer time, they are unhappy persons because our happiness lies in our memory. You try to recall your old memories, sweet memories, happiness automatically comes. So since the people they don't know how to memorize the happiest moment in studies, they do surface learning. The further going, we understood the tailor-made choice-based questions preparation. So what they choice may not come in the exam because the syllabus is given, the topic is given. It is your duty day-to-day update incrementally, not all of a sudden. So if you do tailor-made, that is a biggest disaster because what you prepare may not be there in your journey. Unused cognitive ability. The present generation, they feel open and closing of senses when important things are coming in their live stream. See, what an young child, a toddler, will feel the pain while the teeth are coming. The same pain happens to a young generation when knowledge is going to come. If the teeth are not there, people cannot chew and enjoy the food. Similarly, if knowledge is not accepted by an young mind, then they can't understand the taste of this world. Therefore, opening and closing of senses are very, very important to be programmed. Then media effect. So we have observed the young generation with their style, look, and arrogance of presence. So this is by a media effect. So you have to mind your media before getting exposure to that. Negativity in thinking. Somewhere it work out, that is seniors feedback. Whatever the seniors feedback is there, choose only the positive things. If any negativity is there, that is their experience, it is not yours, because A person experience is not similar to the B person experience. So take positive, any negative should be rejected. Non-originality. That means whatever there in the book or in the notes, same thing you will be producing, that is comes under non-originality. If originality must be there, then you must use your intellectual property, your brain, your experience, your multiple knowledge, then present in your view. This is very, very important. Premature feelings. So coming to premature feelings, this is one more the biggest problem in India. Wherever you observe any songs or any movies, they make the young mind to think only towards this. There is no scientific or any something which motivate the mental faculty to create something. It's not happening. So this is your time to make yourself, okay, to come out of this premature feeling. Then fight or flight response. If a situation is more challenging, either you can fight for it to win over, or you can feel the flight response. So the young generation, as per our observation, maximum is in a flight response rather than fight response. But the real taste, enjoyment is there in the fight response. Fight for what? Fight for knowledge. Fight for knowledge. If knowledge bank is strong, then existence will always be there. Then final one is suicidal tendency. So it is a self-punishment, as people say, it's a permanent solution for a temporary problem. People may not prepare till the last moment. Last moment, all of a sudden, everything will rush. Their mind may not be ready to accept it. If acceptance is not there, then it's acceptance, that is suicidal tendency. Why I quoted all this? Because present day, the audience are our dearest, nearest students. They are our strength, future nation builders. If they understand how to come out of all these things with their mind control, it's really worth of this program. Getting into the next, mind is a software. It useful for day-to-day life. So can it be programmed? Yes, it can be programmed. You can see how already your mind is programmed. Suppose a virus found, you have to use your own principles, what you are practicing. If you don't have, try to get mind engineering tools which support you to be more happy in the journey of your knowledge explore. So, or you can reprogram your mind also with so many tools available. Most of the tools are available in the internet, YouTube, and also if you have your personal tutors, you can get to know what are the tools possible to use it. Then later, our mind is programmed. Of course, it is programmed either by outside world or by the self. How it is programmed by outside world? See, the the surrounding is going to create a person mind 50%. The another 50% with their own, that is self program. Friend can program a mind. A teacher can program a mind. A movie can program a mind. Until unless you lock your mind to an outsiders, then they keep programming your mind. Then the second one, another 50% is with yourself. So self program, is it possible? Of course. For that, you should have a proper manual. With the manual, you can work out. Then come to a controlled mind. How you know the person mind is controlled? That the first one is the person will respond rather than a react immediately. Then second one, process than result. They study incrementally day by day. Least bother about the result, what happens. Prevent than protect. If something virus infected, the people to be protect rather than it is better to prevent before it comes to the mind also. As body get the virus, mind also get the virus. But mind virus is more powerful than the body virus. So generally, a controlled mind work like a tire. First, it should accept any pain, then later, slowly, it should execute it. Then it gets in original structure. All of a sudden, if you react rather than accept, then the wear and tear in the life will be more. People will negatively also support, positively also support, but once people are panicked, they may not able to take positive supports. They maximum take the negative support. So very important, generally a control mind work like a tire. So if you are first accepting, later react, that means already your mind is under control. So are we programmed? Yes, we are all programmed. Programmed by what purpose? The food. The food programmed by a mother. Mother from the childhood, she keep on feeding time to time. So breakfast, lunch, dinner. As the time comes, hungry you feel. How it is possible? Because that is program. Then marks by a teacher. A teacher keeps saying what to score, how to score. So scoring of marks, study, all these things are programmed by your teacher. And the dressing sense or the style, whatever you do, programmed by your friend circle. Like that, so many people already programmed you. Then what you are today, it is a programmed mind of a person. So can we program now or reprogram? Yes, it is possible. So how can it be programmed? Let us do one exercise. So if possible, all of you sit straight and close your eyes. Just close your eyes and feel how you closed your eyes. And feel how you closed your eyes. Open your eyes. Second, for any action, there must be a reference. We take one reference in programming. So, tip of your nose. Just concentrate on the tip of your nose. Focus yourself till your eyelashes feel pain. Once you feel pain, slowly close your eyes. Slowly close your eyes. Deep breathe, slowly release, saying yourself, my eyes are completely closed. Deep breathe, slowly release, say yourself, my eyes are completely closed. Deep breathe, slowly release, say yourself, my eyes are totally closed. Now feel yourself how you closed your eyes. Open your eyes. What are the differences you noticed in the two exercises? First exercise, you closed your eyes without any command. Second exercise, you closed your eyes with your own command. What the difference you noticed? In the first exercise, let me tell the answer. In the first exercise, you opened your eyes suddenly. But in the second exercise, you took fraction of minute to open your eyes because your eyelashes stuck together. What happened? First exercise, you never commanded your body. Second exercise, you commanded your body with your own words. So what that mean? That means your body listens to your programming words. But why not now? Because the body is programmed by others. From today, you can start program your body to work like a supercomputer. Then comes to the second principle is Vidya Ananda Kriya. So it is privilege to remember our Guru Swami Yogananda. He introduced Ananda. He introduced Kriya Yoga. With his influence, I came up with Vidya Ananda Kriya. So any education is for the blissful state of the mind. If the mind is not getting the state of that happiness, there is no use of the education. Vidyam dadhati vinayam, vinayam dadhati patratam, patramapnoti dhanam, dhanam tatsukam. ವಿದ್ಯಂ ದದಾತಿ ವಿನಯಂ ವಿದ್ಯೆಯಿಂದ ವಿನಯವು ವಿನಯಂ ದದಾತಿ ಪಾತ್ರತಾಂ ವಿನಯದಿಂದ ಕೆಲಸವು ಪಾತ್ರಮಾಪ್ನೋತಿ ಧನಂ ಕೆಲಸದಿಂದ ಹಣವು ಧನಂ ತತ್ಸುಖಂ ಹಣದಿಂದ ಸುಖವು ಹೀಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕಾದರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಬಟ್ ದ ಯಂಗ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ಸ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಟು ದ ಮನಿ ಲೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಇನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್. So Vidya Ananda Kriya gives a manual to an young mind how they can tune their mind and body towards the satisfaction of education. Primarily, what we are body, mind, and self, that is the soul. What body wants? Body wants the comfort, sukham. What mind wants? Mind wants happiness, santosha. Then what about the self? Self want contentment, satisfaction, blissful state. Atma, Ananda. So if a person is internally contentful, he is satisfied, then he can automatically control the mind. But the young minds are searching happiness to the mind and comfort to the body, losing the concentration towards the self. Self-contentment is the best anecdote to be an explorer in a proper life path. Why, what for you born on this earth? The major question. What you are going to do is a second question. Why you are doing this? The third question. Finding answer to all. Who am I is different. Why am I is the output of Vidya Ananda Kriya. Let me continue to the next slide. Mind control during a pandemic. This is very, very important to know because the second wave, it's already there. People are suffering with their own mistakes. Okay, and they make the society also suffer with their mistakes. The problem coming with the 5 levels for an young minds, the students who are there at home, they can notice the thoughts, disturbing thoughts. So what they do at home, they listen to the online classes. So our Indian minds, they always be with entertainment and education. But maximum screen time go to entertainment rather than education. Because of that, the picture frame stored in the hippocampus will not leave you to sleep properly also. So it generate so many thoughts which are may not be connected or which may be an interlinked. So if you want to control these thoughts, maintain a proper piece of paper called as a slip. Whenever the thoughts comes to you, just note the thoughts, but you never get into action. That means suppose you want to study 1 hour, so sit for this study. By the time if you get any thoughts, note the thoughts in the piece of paper, postpone it for 1 hour, the next hour. But don't do that work immediately. If you do that, then coming back to the same place of study takes another 2 hours. This develop a guilty consciousness in your mind. If this continue, your autogenic mind may not support you. If autogenic mind is not primarily supporting you, you feel restless. So thoughts are very, very important. Watch your thoughts because thoughts followed by an action. Okay, this sleep technique supported many people. It's available, old practice, people are practicing. It's I'm happy to give here in this platform sleep technique once again. So make use of it. Initially you do it for 1 hour, later you can extend it for 2 hours. So what happens after 1 hour? You take out the sleep, observe that there may be average 20 thoughts written over there. These 20 thoughts, check out, is it necessary to do? 18 thoughts are meaningless. 18 thoughts are going to be meaningless. Only 2 thoughts are important and urgent, and you complete it first. Then you take a rest of 5 minutes, then you can continue your studies because study is life. A student, primary functions are either to study or to sleep. If you sleep also you study, or you study also you sleep. Both are possible. Okay, as we say, the sleep is an unconscious meditation, meditation is a conscious sleep. So what is meditation for a student? Study, literature, read more and make more in the life. Then coming to the second, that is action oriented. So what is an action? At your home, you are all there, all family members are there. Very important. There are maybe an exchange of words between the people for one cause. Don't blow up that to an higher level. Don't scream at people. Don't be panicked, but respond to the situation. Make the situation centered. By your action, if that situation is humorous, happy, then act for it. If you can able to solve that by accepting the failure, even though you are not, then accept it. Very important. Make the situation to win, not a person or a person. If a person or a person win, no one will give a medal, but peddling of life will be difficult. So action must be situation centered. Then coming to the food. So we are all there in a closed space, and by the time we consume more, either by an habit or by the force, okay, try to get less carbohydrate food. Try to get less carbohydrate food. More carbohydrate food if we take, excess CO2 releases in the body. This may reduce the oxygen saturation in the body. So once we people become panic because of that emotional imbalance, automatically the oxygen variation occurs in the body itself. Then this will ramp up, exponentially increase. So this is going to be another level of treatment. So medical treatment it will go. So better we treat in the root level itself by the food. So less carbohydrate food, more fiber based foods are we are going to suggest. Okay, then how to control the food habits? People will ask us. There are so many methods, but simple method here: have more fruits before food. Okay, have more fruit before food, more fruits before food. People will drink more water before food also, but some people they come up with gastric problem if they drink water in an empty stomach at the afternoon. Therefore, better to have fruits before food. That manage your physique, body strength. Then coming to the fitness, people say yoga. To do yoga, also people should have yoga in their life. All the people cannot do yoga. Why? Because yogic people have slow mind, that is in alpha state, that is 4 to 7 cycles per second. Then gymnasium, the fast mind, their thoughts are erratic. Walking, people will be with the other mind, that means fluttering between the alpha and beta state. Jogging, people with a natural mind of beta. Then use, sorry, with this yoga, gymnasium, and walking and jogging, whichever support you at home, you can practice it. If you want to do an yoga, so you can do it. If you are already practicing, you can. But while controlling the mind, if you want to do an yoga, your mind should be controlled first. If mind is not in control, body cannot be controlled. But yoga successful only when body is under control. In order to take the control of the body, your mind must be controlled. That means a best suggestion, do some your own practice of meditation before getting into yoga. Or you practice any instrument, musical instrument also. Musical instruments are the best tool to take a control of the mind. That's what Lord Krishna was using, a flute to control himself and also control the mass of people. The flute, the magic it creates. Either you can use an instrument before yoga, or you do meditate on any one concept you can take, or any method you practice. Slow down your mind, then practice yoga. In this yoga, if you are not a regular practitioner of yoga, you don't have a guru now, and there is no classes, then what you can do? Do Surya Namaskar. Surya Namaskar, simple steps you can follow in the early morning. Okay. Then, very important to take a control of mind is Chandra Namaskar. That is moon salutation. You can do by evening. You can take any details in over the internet. You follow the Chandra Namaskar principles. Initial 3 days, your mind is not going to be with you. There are a lot of disturbance, but after 3 days, everything comes under control. Okay. Then gymnasium, you can practice at home. If you have some metal workout, you can do it. Walking if possible. Take care of the pandemic condition. Jogging, you can do it. But better, the best one is the staircase if you have at home. After 1 hour of the food, so you take on your food at 1 o'clock, then after 2 or 2:30, you take a brisk walk of your staircase. Okay, up to what? Up to your age number. That is sufficient. So if you are around 19, so 19 times you do the walking of the staircase. If you are 40, then all of a sudden 40 is difficult. So cut down into 25%, then you can increase slowly. So these are the methods to take a mind control. Later it becomes an habit. This method will become an habit by practicing regularly for 21 days. Are we committed for it? Once we commit, it is possible. If we are not committed, then we feel guilty all the time. So mind is going to be out of control. So coming to an end of this program, I extend my sincere thanks to our beloved principal, Dr. B. Sadashivegowda sir. He constantly motivates me to spread this knowledge among the people. Even we reached the village side, we motivated students, we given a tool of Vidya Ananda Kriya, they are practicing happily, they give a feedback. That is the most happiest thing for us. And my sincere thanks to our HOD, Dr. Shobha Shankar ma'am. She given a lot of support in this journey. Thank you, one and all. I conclude my session now and open this session to question and answering.
Very good. Thank you so much, sir, for this session. Sir, there are a few questions. Let us take up that one.
Yes, sir.
How can we reduce anxiety and overthinking?
Yes. See, anxiety is a result, that is a response to the cause. Very important for any situation, in any situation or any event, if that action is not, or the result is not as we expected, automatically we express our anxiety. But the people more anxiety, uh, they are emotionally imbalanced. In order to avoid this anxiety, the best thing is postponement, taking an action. For example, if someone do a mistake and you want to scream at him or you want to take an action on that person, just postpone for 1 hour, because the 1 hour of time will cool down your mind and it gives a time to focus the other parameters of the situation. Or you can take an 1 day time also if it is serious. For example, family people, they're getting angry frequently about the members. By that time, if immediately they're getting into an action, this takes to a worst situation, because we don't know the other side of the mountain. For example, while you are going on the road, you are driving a car, in front of you, there is a big truck is going on. All of a sudden, the truck driver put a brake and you also put a brake, and immediately you get an angry and you shout at the driver of the truck. Then truck driver will show, sir, it is not my problem, see next to me. So while he is in front of the truck, there is another bus. So if you ask a driver of the bus, he show the next one an auto driver show a little kid crossing the road all of a sudden. So on whom we can take an action. That is a situation. Okay. So every situation demands our cooperation. So anxiety is not a particular tool. It is, but in some time only. So when to use, when should not be used, need a mind control. For that, they can practice little by postponing that action to be taken. Okay.
Sir, one more question is there on
Yeah.
controlling the anger.
Both are the same. Anxiety is the physical response of the body. Okay, the all hormones are going to be. But anger is some part will be getting into an action. See, once what happens, a father and a son. The son was so angry. Okay, he was angry. By the time father wanted to teach him a lesson, he made a wooden plank. He gave him a wooden plank with 1 kilo of nails, okay, metal nails, and one hammer. So he told his son, whenever you are angry, just going to bit one nail to this plank. Then son asked, is it worth? Father told, just do it. Believe me, just do it. The son did it. So he completed all the nails. Then one day he approached the father. Dad, I did what you told. Then father brought me an cutting plier, the nail remover. Then he told, whenever you get an angry, try to remove the nail. So the son did it without a next thought. But after some time, by removing all the nails, he told his father, so now I learned to respond rather than react. An angry is nothing but a reaction. Respond is with the result, thinking of result, then we have to action. So if we are angry, what happens next? Who is responsible for it? This is very, very important. If result is in your control, you can amplify your anger. Then father told, okay, son, you learnt from this, but bring me the wooden plank. Son brought the wooden plank. Then father told, can you able to make this wooden plank the original one? Son told, how can it be possible? Similarly, whenever you are angry, it makes an hole in the emotions of the people. So be careful while you are expressing your anger. You cannot bring their emotions to the original. So very important, think and act. Thank you.
Sir, one last question.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I tried to meditate but suddenly got headache when I close the eyes and can't control. Any remedies for this?
Exactly. So before meditate, you should activate your autogenic mind. Autogenic mind, you have to practice PRT, that is progressive relaxation technique. So you lay down on the earth, use the mat, okay, Shavasana, the best one to say. Keep breathing. Whenever you exhale, you say your body, the particular part of the body is relaxed. For example, deep breathe, slowly release, say yourself, the toes in the legs are relaxed. Similarly, up to the knee, waist, the complete body organs, incrementally you can make relax first. Once the body completely relaxed up to the head, then you can come out of that state and do meditation. You will not get headache. Headache, the result of all of a sudden the excess heat in the body want to come out. So while you are focusing in meditation, the brain area, the complete heat wants to rush out. It create a nerve to feel the pain. Automatically, headache will. It may be partial or whole headache can be partial. Any mention over there? Migraine or partial? Shashank? Just headache.
Sir, they have just headache that's all. When closing the
Yeah, this
eyes.
is yeah, okay. This is what if it is a partial headache, different treatment. Thank you.
That's all, sir, for this short Q&A.
Yeah.
Thank you, dear students, for for giving overwhelming response for this session. And I also thank Babu Rajendra Prasad, sir, for making his time to give a session on mind control habits in this pandemic situation. On behalf of VVCE family, I extend my heartfelt thanks to you, sir.
Thank you, Shashank. Thanks for the opportunity given. I'm wholeheartedly thankful to the whole VVCA family. You are making me to do more experiments in this mind and its habits by developing a mind engineering. Thank you very much. Thank you all. I conclude
Thank
this.
you, sir.
Thank you.